What less makes possible? Observations from 12 years of teaching restorative yoga. They arrive in a rush, still fueled by the momentum of the day. Most people sneak in 1 minute before class starts or they arrive late. They're still wearing earbuds, firing off one last message on their phone, mouthing, "Sorry," to me as they bustle around the room, dropping bags, gathering props, making noise while I'm trying to begin class. I have watched this exact scene thousands of times over the last 12 years of teaching. Different people, different lives, different reasons for being tense, same arrival. I ask them to lie down on the ground and tell them we're going to stop before we start. I've come to think of these first few minutes as the off-ramp, a much-needed transition from the speed of the day. At first, there's always a lot of fidgeting. People adjust blankets and bolsters, tug at their clothes, sneak one last glance at their devices. Their breath is shallow, their body's still buzzing. I don't say much. Notice the ground beneath you. Feel your breath in your body. How are you feeling today? I invite them to notice the back of their head resting on the floor. What is ready to let go right now? I often think of us as individual flakes inside a snow globe, slowly finding our way to the ground together. Gradually the room changes, the adjusting stops, breaths deepen, jaws soften, faces become less guarded. The pace of class is established. We don't move until I can see that everyone has settled. By the time I bring them up to a seat, most eyes are still closed. They've made the quiet transition from the outside world to the inner world. The poses that follow mostly function as a vehicle to deepen and sustain that anchoring. By the end of class, the room is profoundly quiet and still. The weight of the day has softened and people are deeply settled inside themselves. Before I release them, I always invite them to stay for another moment and simply notice. Savor the absence of needing to manage the moment. The feeling of just being present here right now. Register what that feels like. These glimpses of another way of being are the whole point. People often remain on their mats for another few minutes after class officially ends. I remind them that there's no rush to get up, no hurry to fold blankets or return props. Carry the practice with you as you move back out into the world. Their faces look completely different as they file out, softer, at ease, unburdened. That was amazing. I really needed that. Almost every class someone says a version of this. Not about the poses, about something else. Something that happened to them more than something they did. What happens is that cognition is no longer dominating their experience. There's a temporary break from thinking that allows people to experience themselves and their lives more deeply. Even if they don't have language for it yet, they are sensing that they are more than their thoughts. When the mental filter lifts, aspects of ourselves become available that we couldn't access before. None of this is arrived at through thinking or doing. It can only be known through direct experience. In my classes, we're not doing very much at all. There's no performing, fixing, or pushing. And yet somehow more becomes available. It's completely counter to what culture teaches us. Our culture is obsessed with adding more input, more effort, more efficiency, more healing, more habits. We are taught to believe that change comes through force. And yet the most reliable transformation I've witnessed happens in a room where nothing is added at all. Restorative yoga is a study of what less makes possible. Less doing, less stimulation, less vigilance, less managing the moment. We need glimpses of less in order to trust that another way of being is available. Repeated glimpses challenge the assumption that constant striving is who we are. I've watched these moments reorganize people in profound ways.